iniziamo in questo momento una terza rubrica, inauguriamo una terza rubrica, un terzo blocco. Parleremo un po', non in cinese, ve lo anticipo, ma un po' almeno in inglese. La rubrica è Going Global, proprio perché, come ci anticipava Roberto, andremo a vedere di questi argomenti di cui abbiamo parlato che cosa si dice in un altro mercato. In particolare siamo negli Stati Uniti e vedo che è già collegata Ann Wilkinson. Hi Ann, good morning, can you hear us? Questi sono
Hello,
problemi.
can you hear me?
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, we hear you correctly. Perfect. Hello, thank you for being with us, first of all.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here with this really great topic and great conversation.
Great, and thank you so much. First of all, I'm going to introduce you very quickly, very briefly for everyone here. We're talking with Ann Wilkinson. Ann is a principal NCIDQ and lead AP of BAMO. BAMO is a wonderful studio of creatives and architects in San Francisco. I'm going to read exactly from your bio, Ann, because I think that it's very inspiring what you send us. I read, good design has the power to elevate the human experience. As partner, design principal, thought leader, and I love this, self-proclaimed chief inspiration officer. I'd really like to be such a CIO at BAMO, and is passionate about making spaces where people feel genuinely comfortable, cared for, and inspired to live their best life. With 25 years experience working on residential and hospitality commissions around the globe, Ann and BAMO use design to create a visual language that speaks to each project's unique sense of place and time, creating a connection to context and culture without resorting to simplistic solution. Esattamente, and excuse me, I will briefly translate something into Italian, esattamente quello di cui abbiamo parlato, perché abbiamo visto con questa esperienza bellissima di Radisson quanto far rivivere qualcosa senza sconvolgerlo, ma allo stesso tempo proiettarlo nel futuro. And so we're very glad to have you and your points of view from the United States. We're going west for this first time, and my first question to you, and then I'd like you to introduce obviously yourself and everything. Your studio has developed projects of absolute prestige in Italy. I've been watching some pictures and some projects your studio has been doing on Lake Como, Lake Garda, wonderful places, and we'll be talking about hospitality and resorts especially this evening here. So my first question to you is, what's your take on the Italian hospitality market? What's your point of view? What is going on, you feel, from the United States? What can you see here?
Yeah, I don't proclaim to be an expert in Italian hospitality. I think you have experts there with you. But what I am familiar with, the projects that we've worked on are historic renovation projects of these really wonderful villas, these smaller properties in Italy, both of them around 25 rooms apiece. And what is really unique about those properties is it's very family style. You know, you have a lot of personal interaction because there are so few guests, but there's a lot of staff to take care of the guest, take care of the house. And so you have opportunities for interaction. And if you think about it, you know, every time you have a strong memory, there's somebody else there. And so having another person with you creates more opportunities to have these interactions that are meaningful, that make this day more memorable for you. So I think for me that Italian hospitality is it's friendly, it's personal, it's family-like, and therefore just an amazing experience.
Yeah, in the end, it's creating memories and the social side. It's all about it in the end, right? So luxury or experiences, traveling. We've been talking about traveling. In the end, it's creating memories and knowing people or being with people, and to be able to do it in a space where we feel comfortable. It's beautiful. Listen, your projects have a refined and sophisticated style. That's what we see, obviously. What are the priorities in the US when it comes to designing these luxury resorts or these kind of projects?
Sure. I mean, sense of place obviously is tantamount these days. People have been sitting at home and they want to go out and they want to experience a different place. They don't want to necessarily feel like they're going to a different home. But for me, the most critical thing that a hotel needs to do is to create an emotional connection with the guest, to create something that impacts them. And you want to inspire different emotions for different properties, right? If you're going to a resort, you want something that's maybe more serene, more relaxing. If you're going to an urban property, you want something that's engaging, that's, maybe lifts your energy level up. The music's pumping, the lobby's full of people. And so you want to create these different experiences depending on the market and sense of place. But I think hospitality has this incredible opportunity to lift people up in multiple ways. So one way is the social interaction with staff interacting with the guests. Another way is through design, of course, to create these emotions that make people feel good about where they are. And then another thing is what the brand stands for and how people feel that reflects on them. And I think you see a lot of people posting pictures on the internet. Part of that is they're saying, this is who I am. This environment and brand reflects me.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And listen, and in the end, just one last question. I'd like to know if you feel the same when we talk in the US. Obviously, when we talk about the ESG policies, the certification, and all this focus, we've been stressing these topics so much so far this evening. We understood how important they are, and especially in the future, and both for the travelers, both for the people that will live in their experiences, and also for the developers, for those who want to build these projects. So what's the point in the US? It's the same situation. Can you foresee something coming in the future? Because I know, obviously, on your side, you have such qualifications on these kind of certifications.
I'd like to see it move faster. I think that it is starting to change, and clients are starting to put it higher up in the priority list. But it's not quite there. I think there are certain properties, certain brands that focus on sustainability, focus on ESG, Six Senses being one, but it's not widespread.
Not widespread.
And for me, when I was in the throes of the pandemic, thinking about what's important, I actually thought we need to take our studio forward in terms of training our staff how to approach design in a more sustainable way. So it's looking at, where things come from, path of travel, life cycle, can they be recycled? How do they impact people's health and well-being? What's the energy efficiency, water efficiency, and then how does it tie into the community? How does it promote social responsibility? And I think that's a lot of what we've been trying to teach our staff and trying to implement in our projects, whether the client asks for it or not, just as a personal approach to our work.
Oh, great. Thank you, Anne. Thank you so much. Thanks. Very inspiring, very interesting to see what's happening in the US. So thank you so much. And please stay here with us. And thank you again.
Thank you.
Okay.